Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have the full moon reading today for you for the 21st of July. And I will go just right ahead and share the screen so you can see the picture. And you can also see in that picture that it looks quite a little bit wild. There's a lot of aspects, and we have especially also some very powerful karmic aspects here. It's always when we have those kind of aspects that things are much more intense. And I think I don't need to tell you about the intensity in the moment. You all know what's happening. Another thing that we have also that is only possible if we work with the real star constellation. Generally, when we have a moon in Sagittarius, we have the sun in Gemini, but now the sun has already entered Cancer, and we have also the AC Cancer, the rising sign, and with the sun in 12th house. So you can see in the real star constellation here that Cancer, for example, is much, much smaller than Leo or Virgo. And then we have different sizes of the signs because the heavens are not in 30-degree chapters, more or less. So it's a bit different here. You can see we have a moon in Sagittarius and the sun is in Cancer, just 0 degree. And this brings consciously a lot of emotion into the scene in the moment. And this is triggered in the moment. And I can imagine that a couple other things are going to happen that will kind of make big waves on that ocean of emotion. So we can see that, and Venus is exactly on the AC. So the first thing that comes up here is Venus. Um, Venus, I don't see that like classical astrology, also especially Western astrology. Venus is the representative of the goddess within us. We have to see that the astrology, if we look at it like that, is not telling you who you are, but it is showing you the quality of time. It is a curriculum. And especially the birth chart, if we go into that curriculum and check it out for people, it is quite accurate. It's not like it could be or it could not be like 50-50. It is usually very clear, showing the quality of time. And then you have the choice how you want to live it, because each archetype has many different ways how we can express it. So when we have Venus here in Cancer, that means that it is time that we kind of, you can say, invoke the goddess within ourselves, or to reconnect with the goddess within ourselves. And this will give us here that yellow aspect, which is a Venus aspect going to Mars and Uranus, which will help you to find your power, your true innate power, and to manifest it. It is like, in one part, what we see is the tearing down of the old, very powerful. And then we have the aspects here with the orange aspect here that are the karmic issues that are coming to the surface. And you know that the rule of the world of the dark ones has been for thousands of years. This is not something new, and humanity has been abused for a very, very long time in a slave system that is falling now, that we all can see falling. So when we have the moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarius means to go beyond boundaries. This is to build the bridge between the human existence and the spirit self that we are in reality. So you are not a human being. You are not like, for me, I'm not Katharina. This is the name I have as an avatar or as a player on that stage in the moment. But what I am is something much bigger. This is what most masters say, that I am that I am. And we don't have a name in these realms, but a frequency, a pattern, a frequency pattern. And when we look at here now the moon, you can now reconnect yourself through your soul, because when we have here Cancer, that Cancer also, moon Cancer, represents the soul. And that is the aspect that we can go to reconnect with our soul. Many of us have gone through the dark night of the soul in the last years, especially those who did reject the jab and had to suffer a lot of ridicule and other difficulties I don't want to mention here. You know what I'm talking about. And it seems now that you can see also, I just got a video a couple days ago that is totally detailed about the shot, and it came in mainstream. I think it was in England. I'm not 100% sure anymore. But I just posted that to my group because it is very important now to understand what is going on and not understand under the rules of them, because they are now making the big chaos. But just imagine you're moving house or apartment. Then what you have to do is first to sort out everything that you still want to keep and to pack it. And then look at the rest, what you want to do with it. Maybe there is a garage sale, you can still sell some things because maybe they don't fit in your new house. And there's a lot of stuff that maybe you have to throw away. And then when you take the furnitures off and the bed and the cupboards and all that stuff, you find all the dirt that has accumulated through the years that you've been in the old place, and you have to clean it out. We can very much compare that situation and the chaos that is happening in the world outside now. Is we need to get all that stuff to the surface. It's all coming to the surface now so that we can clean it out and we can get rid of it. And many things won't fit in our new house in the future. So the easiest way is for those who can let go. Don't hold on, even if, oh, my grandmother gave me that or whatever. It's okay. You had it for a while when you needed it, but now it's maybe just, it's okay. Remember your grandmother here, not within things. Love her from your heart and not through material things that are there. And things are happening in the moment a lot that is like this. And a lot of people, even if you are in a situation, especially those who live in a city, if you're in a situation when it's really dire and you see the limitations and problems that are coming, then let go, move, get out of there. And I'm very sure that those who have the courage now to move to the place where they are called to, Sagittarius, remember, move beyond boundaries, that you will find that opportunity that you've always looked for. Maybe your whole life long you've been looking for something like this, and whoa, suddenly it's here, because then you are aligned to your soul purpose. What I can see out there, that most people are not aligned to their soul purpose, and this is where the difficulties are coming from. The moment you sail with the wind, it's easier. If you try to go against the wind, it's more difficult. And that's in life like this too, especially now. And in this chaos, the people that are most involved in it are those who are connected with their karma, with the dark ones. In one or another way, they have taken bribes or they have been part of the game, whatever. They have now to, either some of them will be able to clear that, and others of them, they will move on with the downtime timeline. But still, what is happening is that the false matrix that we are on at the moment is gone, and those who are willing to move on, they move into a divine matrix again with a lower consciousness level, but not the false matrix that nothing is as it's said to be. And so much also in religion and schools and wherever, all that what is being taught in the moment has nothing to do with the new metrics that we are moving in. And this is that karma part that we can see here because it's connected with Mercury in Leo. So our Mercury is the planet that represents more or less how we express ourselves. And if you want to point out to something what you can say, I am, that is Mercury and not the sun. The sun is your consciousness. Mercury represents, we can say, the avatar, and this is how we function. You see on top of Mercury is the moon, then we have the center. So this is the input. And input is everything what you see, what you hear, whatever comes from outside is input. And then the circle is the consciousness. So it comes into our consciousness, and then we materialize it, the cross below, we materialize it in one or another way. And this is how we act. And now Leo means that it is time that once we go through our personal transformation, that we reconnect with the soul. And kind of, most people figure out the soul is something connected with emotions, but it's not. It's behind the emotion or beyond emotion. If we use the picture of the ocean, when the waves on top are the emotions, when you dive deeper down, there is the current, there is the path, there is the quietness. And this is the reconnection that is required in the moment to complete our transformation, to complete our journey. And here we see the Capricorn, Pluto still in Capricorn, the death of the old. And the soul is rising. The soul is rising to a new consciousness, to a new way of life. And since it was so long, that deception and the rule of the dark ones, that most people have no idea what to expect. So just expect the best. Carrie Kay, I listen to her sometimes. She said, instead of, oh my God, what happened or whatever, what do we expect? She said that, show me how good it can get. And I think this is a very nice mantra to use in the moment when you ask spirit or you get up in the morning. I talk to spirit every day, talk to my body every day and say, show me how good that it gets. So not expecting the negative things to happen in your life, but focus on the positive that can happen if you allow it. But very often we are so biased that we don't see it coming and that we kind of stop it before it can come closer. And see, this is now the sun is just now, we see it on the 0 degree moving through Cancer, coming into Cancer. And that is the conscious connection to the soul. If you want it that way or the other way, for others, it's going to be a period that is very, very emotional. Now, when the sun is coming over to Venus afterwards, this is the reconnection with the divine within. And here we have again, don't worry if you're a man or a woman, you both have the female part within, because on a higher level, without our physical body, there is no gender. And again, just let me repeat that, talking about gender, the whole gender stuff going on in the moment is also to take your focus away from the real, what it is to not have a gender. It is not in the physical body. If you are born in a certain gender, that means you have, before you have incarnated, chosen a certain gender for a certain experience. Maybe there you have too much karma in a male body, so you choose to be a female this lifetime to balance that, or vice versa. And the whole androgynous beingness is not on the physical level. And to destroy that is destroy part of the human experience. So identify as the human avatar with the gender that you're born with, and don't steal the rights. Like, for example, I saw also a little video about dressed up woman who was a man asking questions about what a guy meant. I think it was a psychologist about being, and he said, you know, what you're doing, you are stealing from women. They don't have their own toilet anymore, their own bathrooms anymore. You infiltrate their space. You have no right to do that. Or you infiltrate the space of their sports and you push them out because you as a man, you know, it's the physical difference. You cannot, you can never ever be a woman or a man, vice versa, than when you were born, because the whole muscles and the whole skeleton and everything in your body is directed in one direction of the gender. So you can see it in the hands, you can see it in the limbs, you can see it everywhere if somebody's really a man or a woman, and it's quite relatively easy to see. So this coming here is bringing in that female aspect into our consciousness, and that is simply the opening of the heart and becoming more creative. Because once you open your heart and you're connected to the goddess within, not any goddess out there. You don't have to worship any entities outside of you. You invite the goddess to join you. You ask the female aspect, the goddess, you can use a name, whatever you want, to help you, because this is also part connected with your inspiration and intuition and your creativity. Therefore, when you're connected with this aspect, you will be much more creative and much more successful in your life because you have more ideas. And this is, again, see, here we go, have the aspects coming here to the conjunction of Mars and Uranus. Then male and female will in a creative way be connected together to help you to overcome the material habits, the material program, because you have an idea how you can see it. Let me give you a sample. I know this is difficult to understand, but many psychic people, and actually everybody's psychic, it's just like this, if you train a muscle and do some sports, you're good at it or not so good at it. So there are many people who have similar experiences like I have. Like I was some years ago, I was building a house. I'm no architect. I grew up in a construction company, and it was my dream to become an architect then, but that was not possible for a girl at that time. So I had my debut. And I thought, oh, it's very easy. I make the drawing, and I had then somebody helping me to draw it a little bit more correct, because I knew more or less technical drawing because I was outlining with the black ink, the drawings from my father. So I understood a lot about that. So, but one day the workers came and said, okay, this happened. What are we going to do? And oh my God, I have no idea what to do. So I said, okay, let's see tomorrow. It was already evening. And I went to bed and I talked to I call it upstairs team, my angels, the masters. And I said, okay, look, I need a solution for that problem. I have no idea what I should tell them tomorrow morning when they're coming. Please give me the solution. And I got up in the morning the next day, and I that's the way I do it. I had a paper in front of me and I draw. And I didn't know actually really what I was drawing, but I was drawing it the way I had a picture in my head that was kind of given to me. And then I went to the foreman and told him, okay, do you understand that? And he looked, okay, and he ran away. So this is how it works. Even if you are not from that professional in this direction, whatever, you can ask your upstairs team to help you. Because imagine the upstairs team is up there sitting in a helicopter and is looking back and see the whole area and is connected by radio with many other helicopters. So imagine that the once in the helicopter give out the sign, hey, I need the expertise of a builder, and we have this and this problem, and please give me the solution. And then they kind of give it into me as an inspiration when I draw. And you can do most everything like this. That does not mean if you are, say, a baker, that you suddenly become an engineer. But we can solve problems like that. Or they would have somebody sent to me that helped me to solve the problem. So this is coming. This is what is happening when everything is moving back, and this is connected with those that you see, the blue and some of the green lines. These are the gifts that are underlying to the big chaos that is outside now, because this positive energy is pushing up now. And this is what's coming. So what we have to do is we have to heal the old wounds, that whatever we take out of our life, whatever comes off from our old matrix, that will bring a solution for something that is better for us. So show me how good it can get. And this is actually the thing with the karma that we have to resolve, the karmic issues. That is the kind of the stubborn holding on to the old. And there are some fields it's very easy to let go, but some are very difficult. And you can also see that karmic aspect connected to Jupiter here, and the moon is in Sagittarius, which is the sign ruled by Jupiter. It is that difficulty, that holding on, that old habits, that loving habits, but they cannot be that bad, all that bad. It's not. It was an experience that we chose to have, but now it's time to go. Say, for example, again, if you go to high school or university and you graduate, then go. It's time to go. You don't go back into the last whatever's degree and do it again and again and again. It's time to go. And this is exactly what is happening to humanity in the moment. It's time to go. It's time to move on. And this is what is the split about. And that is one of the big problems, because we know exactly, deep inside, we know that some people will not come with us. And you're right, yes, some will not, because they have the chance to go that path that is custom made for them. So, if you are if you finished university and another person in the soul evolution as a human being is still in high school, you cannot go the same path. It's not possible. It's not possible that you have a kindergarten kid and you are working with mathematics, that the kindergarten kid will understand you. It has to go first to the first grade, second grade, third grade. So there is no judgment. And I think this is the most important thing to understand anyway, that we don't judge. We are so used to judge everything, but let go, let other people free, give them their opportunity, so they have the free choice what timeline they will choose to go. We cannot see it now, but it is an aspect of healing here that is very important, that is connected with the blue line here to Mercury, which again, this is the representative of our avatar in Leo, that is like, now stand up, be the king or be the queen for yourself, and don't let others tell you what you need to know. Just connect with the spirit guides, but not with other people. I mean, you can ask other people, you can look for opinions, but then make the decision for yourself and don't just follow advice. The time is over for that, because you know exactly, if you listen to your intuition, then you know exactly what is good and what is right for you. Yeah, Saturn here, Saturn on cusp 9 again, 9th house is Sagittarius. We come to that again. Still in Aquarius, it's like the ultimate goal is to break through. It is like, when you open up a cast, or for example, I'm working a lot with epoxy in the moment, making some stuff, and when I take it out of the mold, then I see the product, what it really is. Very often, the design is below, I don't see it. I have to go mirror-like for everything. And the big surprise is when I take it out. So this is more or less with us too. We are moving and over that bridge, we are crossing that old way of life, and we have no idea how it's going to be on the other side, because one thing that was within the teaching is most time what is meant or what is said to be good is actually for our soul evolution bad. And everything was turned around in our old understanding, what we were taught. And that this has not just happened in the last 10, 20 years, that happened for a long, long time. And we were taught that what is like to be happy and not to be happy, it's not right, to be successful. I think it's more or less successful in the eyes of others, especially those who want fame. And if you know people who are famous or were famous, you know what drama are behind being famous. So it everybody want, oh, I want to be princess, you know, all the fairy tales about that. But in fact, that is one of the worst things that can happen to you, because you have a hard time to move on the evolution of the soul. This is why a lot of famous people, a lot of rich people are now losing and going the path down to a lower timeline. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Integrate the goddess within. This is now we focus on that. It's the male aspect here with Uranus and Mars. Is helping us to manifest the female aspect, the softer aspect within us, the intuition also that helps us to move forward. And then we have all these green lines that are smaller success lines here, and then here the bigger gifts. So you see already from the lines that there is a lot of positive in the air that we cannot see yet. And the opposition, actually, I like oppositions because this is what you can see. That is what's going on. It's opposite. It's not like sitting here in the back or somewhere on the side. Like squares are always more difficult. But generally, that constellation that we have here is helping us to move forward. And if we surrender to the not anybody outside of you. Again, I have to say that again and again and again. Do not surrender to anybody or what they say, what they want you to do. Listen, surrender to the divine within yourself. You are a human being having it in, gosh. You are a human being, yes. You are a divine being having a human experience, but at the same time, you are in the moment, in the consciousness, a human being that is supposed to be connected with the divine within to have the experience. It's difficult in the moment. By the way, did you see the Schumann charts? There was a lot of influx of light the last 3 days. And if you feel tired or a little bit worn out, get your rest and drink lots of water, because the energy shift that is happening right now is very, very massive. Okay, so I think I said most what I have to here. Virgo here, yeah, that's our old experience will be transformed into something new and being healed, globally healed, that we can let go of the old stuff. Okay, let me quickly check out that I can show you the Schumann resonance, because this is really powerful. Okay, I found it. I hope you can see it now. Okay, so see, this is the last few days. This was on the 19th. That was yesterday, towards today. And you can see, what was really bad was this one here. This is looking like a sword. that I had very tough nights. I couldn't sleep the last few nights. And so if you have similar experiences, you can have the same. Now you see, this is more or less what it is when it's normal. And these very strong light bursts that are coming in now, that is the shifting energy that is now visible. And I can put you the URL to this homepage. Is from Russia, that you can check it out. I mostly check it out now every day because I felt very weird and I had no idea why. And then I was working with the Schumann resonance since many years, and I kind of forgot about it. But I have started to check it out, and it helps me a lot to understand what's going on. And also then I can really make sure that I drink enough water, that I get enough rest, and not force myself to do things that are difficult. Okay, if you have questions, you can use the comment section below. I hope that helps you to understand what's going on, and I will make a next card reading again. And well, if you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to see you again for my next reading. Bye bye for now.